Hey. Oh, we're rolling? I feel like it's awkward if we're making eye contact. I don't want to cry. One of my goals for 2025 needs to be how to like answer questions like head on without like philosophizing, and the ridiculous amount of oversharing I've done in this video is actually insane. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be filming this video. I love any opportunity to sit down and talk my mouth off. Give me it. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe if you want. Sometimes there's, you know, fun vibes. Sometimes there's like depresso espresso vibes. There's all kind of vibes. It really just depends on like my mood. Yeah, today's video is going to be a Q&A. I did post a Q&A box on Instagram sometime last week, and I took a lot of screenshots. If you hear me sound like this and also like breathing a bit heavily, it's again, like I feel like I'm always congested when I'm on camera or sick or sound sick, but I am sick. Oh my god, I had a fever a couple days ago. Okay, off track. I need to stop. I need to focus. Focus.
Hello, it's pretty dark in here because, well, my light bulb's gone in my room, which is pretty annoying. But I just wanted to check in with everyone and just say I want to thank everyone for the support so far. It's been amazing. It's been nice reading your comments.
I'm just gonna like answer the basics before we get into like the Q&A. Obviously you guys know how, like my name, but maybe you don't know how to pronounce it. So it's Zainab, like with a B in the end. It is an Arabic name. How old am I? I feel like it's kind of crazy if I were to tell you my age. I'm 23 years old. I was born on September 27th, 2001. Oh, and then like what's my background? So I feel like I give off ethnically ambiguous vibes. I've gotten, you know, Latina, I've gotten North African, I've gotten white. Oh! Sorry, this is like not a dig at like white people, but like, do I look white? Don't answer that. If the answer is yes, do not tell me that. But no, I'm actually Ethiopian, Lebanese. Salut! It gets a little bit more complicated, or a bit more complicated, because on my mom's side, her mom is British and Iraqi, and I think there's like Armenian in there or something. I grew up in the United Arab Emirates. If you guys don't know that, it's where Dubai is. But it's a city next to Dubai, which is called Al Ain, and yeah, so that's where I grew up. That's where I graduated high school from. I feel like I've cleared the basics. I'll answer the questions. Somebody asked, what are you studying in university? I am studying psychology with a minor in conflict studies and human rights. I love that, to be honest. Do I love my minor? I don't think I, love it as much, just because there's like so much work. Not to say psychology is not a lot of work, but I realized last semester that, I might enjoy conflict studies and human rights, but I think just that, like, as a side thing versus psychology, I feel like, it comes easy to me, so even when it's a lot of work, it's like really exciting, and I don't see it as a lot of work. And somebody said, are you still at university?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Why would he say that? Yeah, I'm still in university. I did start university in 2018. When I was pretty young. I honestly should have taken like a year off or two until like I turned 18. Yeah, I just like went through life. Honestly, university took a bit longer for me. So yeah, I feel like university, how long you take in university doesn't really like mean anything about you or your capabilities and like how smart you are and how successful you're gonna be. Even though I did think that before, like, you know, it's so funny because before like when I started university, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be one of those people that takes, you know, 7 years to finish a 4-year degree. God humbled me. God really humbled me. God said, the same person asked if I live in Canada or just travel there. So right now I do live in Canada. Am I like too close to the camera? I think I'll back up a little bit. Yeah, right now I do live in Canada. I've been living here since 2018 on my own. But what I consider home is, you know, the United Arab Emirates. What brought you to Canada? University, education. Honestly, I'm Canadian. I was born here, so when you have the like Canadian passport, tuition is cheaper, and so I was like, you know what, might as well. And I just didn't want to stay where I was. I just needed to get out. And so yeah, here we are. Really struggling with what I want to do with life. College hasn't been a great experience. Life is really just scary to me. What do you mean we gotta pick one thing to do for the rest of our life? I feel that, girl. That is so... I promise you're not the only one that, you know, thinks or feels that way. I was literally having that conversation with my friends, you know, a few months ago. Not even a few months ago, like probably more than 6 months ago. And I was like, why do we have to just do one thing for the rest of our life? And like, why do we have to why do we have to know what we want when we're like young, you know? I feel like the older we get, the more we understand ourselves and like know what we want to do. But like the beauty in life is the fact that like you don't really need to commit to one thing for the rest of your life, in a way. Another thing is, when you're in college, for the most part, you can put yourself in certain, you know, clubs. You can, you know, experience certain things through those clubs, or, you know, doing internships or co-ops or any of that kind of stuff. And, you know, I think that for the most part helps you figure out what you want to do. But just like, and that, I think, you know, you're not alone. A lot of people struggle with that. I struggle with that myself. Like one thing my uncle told me is somebody that he was in university with for mechanical engineering, and they graduated in mechanical engineering. They realized a few years later that they didn't want to do mechanical engineering, and then they went back to school for psychology and then did their master's and PhD, I'm pretty sure, in that field. So, you know what? Just do what feels right in the moment, what you feel driven to do. Did you play sports in high school or college? In high school, well, not in high school. I hated, oh my God, I hated doing any sort of physical activity when I was in high school, because, you know, when, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna blame it on that, but, you know, when you're overweight, I don't know, I felt like I would look stupid doing certain things. And I used to love swimming. I used to swim when I was not in high school, like in middle school, and I was really good at swimming. But I didn't want to continue doing that because, you know, the type of clothing that you have to wear when you're swimming, and I just felt insecure, and I didn't want anybody to see me and like see all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I didn't really play much sports in high school because I was insecure about how I looked and how my body would move when, you know, when playing sports. But also, is archery a sport? I feel like archery is a sport. I used to, you know, do archery and shooting guns. I'm literally like Katniss Everdeen, if you guys didn't know. Zainab is my fake name. Anyways, and I was actually pretty good at it, so maybe I should pick that up again. Wait, this is a little like different. I feel like I said, I think these questions are just gonna be like what I see first, so they might, you know, this video might be all over the place, but I feel like that's a perfect, you know, depiction of my personality. I noticed you used to wear hijab. Can I ask what made you stop? Yeah, I don't think it's a bad question, or a question I'm not comfortable answering. I did used to wear the hijab. I wore the hijab for most of my life, to be honest, from when I was, I would say, 6 years old, until I was, how old was I in 2020? I was 18 in 2020. Why did I say so? And I took it off because I just felt like I was being a hypocrite, in terms of like, okay, not a hypocrite, but like, I just didn't feel like I was representing the religion well, because I, you know, I was wearing the hijab, but then like I felt like I was, you know, doing things that were not what the religion wants you to do or like asks of you. And yeah, so yeah, I think in that sense I did feel like a hypocrite, and I didn't feel like it was like a conflicting, I felt like I had two conflicting identities as well, because there's certain things I wanted to do and I felt like doing them would make me feel more me, but being a hijabi was also like part of my identity. It's who I was for such a long time, and who people, you know, in the UAE knew me as. I didn't even tell my mom when I took it off. I took it off and I had my mom like, you know how you can like custom your stories on Instagram, so like, you know, you block certain people from watching your story. I had that done, and then my mom calls me out of nowhere. She's like, Zainab, do you have something to tell me? I'm like, no. She's like, you took off your hijab? I'm like, She's like, those people that follow you, like people from back home, which also like people from back home, they can't freaking close their mouth. Like, why do you have to go? Like, we're not close. I don't know, like, oh my god. I generally don't know what the point in like them like snitching on me was, or whatever. But yeah, mom was like, you know, they told me you took it off, and you know, I was telling them no you didn't, and then this and that, and then she was like, I'm just really upset you didn't tell me, because you know, I would have supported your decision. I want to be part of the process and all that kind of stuff. Like, I wish you would have included me. And I was like, ah, like, I generally felt like, I was like, I felt like you were gonna be mad at me, and I didn't want to tell you, and I didn't know how to tell you, but it felt like a weight lifting off my shoulder when I did take it off. Not because like I feel like the hijab is bad or anything. I think it represents something beautiful, but it just, I felt like I could be myself finally without having to worry about how I was being perceived as a hijabi person, you know? Do you plan to work in the profession you are currently studying for? Yes, I do. So after I'm done with my undergrad, I am wanting to do my master's and then a PhD. I'm not sure in what specifically, but I do want to stay within psychology. Psychology is just so interesting to me. I love learning about human behavior and understanding why people do the things that they do, specifically criminals. And like, I know I want to help women and kids. I don't know if I wanted to approach it like from a legal standpoint, or if I wanted to like work one-on-one with survivors. Okay, what is motivating you to stay consistent? Same person asked that. And it is honestly my mom and my brother. I've like answered this before in an Instagram story, but it's my mom, my brother, and my younger self. I want to be able to provide, you know, such an amazing life for my mom and my brother, and because they're the pure souls. I don't want to cry. Yeah, just thinking about them makes me emotional, and but in a good way. Like, it drives me to just keep doing what I'm doing, and you know, push through like these, like, you know, assignments, and you know, stay consistent in whatever it is. How long have I been working out? I've been working out since January 2023. I used to work out off and on in 2022, but consistently since January 2023. Okay, what made me choose my university? Honestly, I was born here. I was born in Ottawa, so I was like, might as well. And also I applied to 5 universities. I applied to University of British Columbia, which is actually my top university, and then Ottawa, Carleton, York University, Ryerson, oh, and University of Toronto. So 6 universities. My dream one was UBC again, and I got rejected. I cried so much. So and then I got accepted into the rest, minus U of T. They wanted like additional information, and honestly I was like, I'm too lazy to like finish up. So yeah, I never went through with that. I think they wanted like SAT marks or something, or I don't know. I just know I never completed, like I never sent what they wanted from me. And so yeah, and then Ottawa gave me a really good scholarship, so I ended up choosing Ottawa. Hair care. Your hair is looking beautiful, and I remember you cut it. I'm still scared to do it. Girl, I think you should do it. Just hair grows. Literally, hair grows. Cutting it is the best thing you can do. Yes, you'll probably feel like, oh my god, the amount of hairstyles that I can do are limited. But trust me, it's the best thing you can do. Your hair is gonna feel so much healthier. It's gonna look healthier, not just feel, it's gonna look healthier. Like, I'm just so happy with As for my hair care, I literally just I put 2 products in my hair. I put hair cream, which is the Marc Anthony, is it Marc Anthony? Curl cream, and I'll put a picture of the one that I used, and then a hair gel. And then I like put the product all in my hair because I'm so lazy. I'm so sorry, I do not have the time. Actually, I probably do have the time, but I do not have the patience. I am not a very patient person. So I'm not gonna like section my hair, even though like that would probably make it look even better. So I'll put my hair will be wet obviously, and then I'll put the hair cream in there where it's like soaking, and then flip it over, brush it through with like a Denman brush, I think that's what they call it, and then turn it like, face, normal, and then I will literally start whipping my hair like back and forth like a crazy person, so that like the pieces, instead of being all together, they separate, and then I'll diffuse it. I'll like put my head upside down again and then diffuse it, and then boom. So it's so simple. Somebody asked how life has been moving away from family. Honestly, I don't even know how to answer this question. It's been like both good and bad. I am such an independent person in the sense that I like being alone. I like, I like being able to do my own thing. I don't like having to ask, like, when you're with your mom, you have to be like, Mom, can I go out? Mom this, Mom that. Versus like being here on my own, I had like, a sense of independence. But also, I don't know, I love my family. I'm such a family person, and I don't know, just not being around my family it's honestly really lonely. I don't know if you guys agree, and like you can let me know, but when you have when you're young in a different country and, you know, you're all on your own, like I don't have family here in Ottawa. I feel like I could have avoided a lot of mistakes if my mom was here. Not like, yeah, I mean, she would have given me good advice, but also I feel like I would have had more confidence in the choices that I, you know, was thinking of making, because I just felt like I had, you know, my mom there, regardless of what her opinion on what I was going to choose was. It's just like having a security blanket. Wow, I diverted from the questions. Wow. One of my goals for 2025 needs to be how to like answer questions like head on without like philosophizing, and if that's even a word. Why did you break up with that man? Oh. Because of disrespect, and I think, you know, cheating is not necessarily just physical. There's like other forms of cheating. I found some stuff of the person being disloyal, and it's so easy to just not do that kind of stuff in a relationship. Like, you could have just broken up with me and, you know, done that. Or, you know, I don't know, just not do that at all. I think consideration is so important. And you need to consider your partner when, you know, in everything that you do. Are you Christian or Muslim? I was born Muslim. I don't claim to be either. I am just somebody that, you know, believes in the existence of a God and, you know, believes in being a good person. What are some countries you'd like to visit? I really wanna go to Japan. I don't know, I'm drawn to it. I think it's so beautiful, and I wanna experience Japan. I wanna go to Europe. Like, I wanna backpack through Europe. I would love to go to Ethiopia, to be honest. Visit family and just, you know, connect with my roots and my culture. I want to visit Lebanon, but unfortunately that is not possible because of a certain, you know, somebody asked, when are you going to start training? I'm your first client. Keep shining beautiful. You're so sweet, girl. I love you, and thank you for asking that. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't think I want to do that on social media. If I ever do training or like personal training, I'd rather it be in person, because I don't want for, you know, training and all that to be like what I'm known for. Maybe like challenges. I see a lot of like creators do those, whether 6-week, 12-week, 8-week, whatever, 16-week challenges. And if anything, I would consider doing something like that. It would be fun, and something that everybody can access at a reasonable price, not something that's gonna break the bank. And yeah. Also, you're beautiful. Thank you. What is your personal goal for your lifestyle? Where is your happy place, and how do you control emotions? What's my personal goal for my lifestyle? I just want to be happy. And I just want my family to be happy. So whatever it is, it's that. Where's my happy place? My room? Like, do you mean like mentally, like where's my happy place, like what do I think about, or like physically? Like, How do you control your emotions? I think I need to learn how to control my emotions. I think I don't really feel emotions much. And not in a like, I'm a cold, you know, but like I'll feel them for a little bit and then I'll push them away because I have an avoidant personality, and it's just very hard for me to get myself to feel things because I always like detach myself. I don't know if that's answering the question. I don't know if I'm oversharing. Am I oversharing? I am. The ridiculous amount of oversharing I've done in this video is actually insane. What are some goals you want to accomplish in 2025? I would say I definitely want to read more. I think I struggle a lot with articulating myself when I speak. And so, yeah, I just want to read more so that I'm able to speak better. And also just because I love learning. And so I wanna absorb as much as I can from books. Wait, let me look at my vision board and tell you what my goals are for 2025 because I low-key kind of forgot. Like, excuse me. So, I do want to travel more. I want to be, you know, more consistent with content because I do realize a lot of times I won't feel good about myself, and it'll stop me from posting, you know, content, and I don't want that to stop me from, you know, putting myself out there. I just want to focus on being the best version of myself, or I know I'm not going to be the best version of myself in 2025. That's not the expectation. The expectation is to continue watering myself and pouring into myself and my friendships. I think that's something I kind of put on the back burner for a little bit while I was in a relationship. And so yeah, I just want to prioritize myself and my friendships and water those because, you know, they're really important to me. I want to volunteer volunteer a lot more. I've always loved helping people, and so yeah, I just want to put myself in positions where I can help people, ideally at you know, mental health centers, you know, so I can get like experience, but I really don't care. I want to volunteer more. I want to also be more consistent and disciplined with the gym. Like, not to say I haven't been consistent and disciplined, but I will say I have not pushed myself a lot. I like to think that I push myself because I don't want to, you know, deal with the thought that I'm like not actually pushing myself. Yeah, I would say like those are some of my goals, or like my main goals. And so yeah, I'm so sorry that the video is now like, it's dark, you can barely see me, but thank you so much for watching this video. I will try to edit it in a way where you can actually understand what I'm saying and I'm not rambling on for literally forever. Also, I will work on how I say things because I know like it must be confusing for y'all listening to me like talk about something and like you're like, where the hell is she going with this? Comment like if anything like was unclear, or like if you resonate with anything. Just let me know how, like, I don't know, let me know about you guys too. Like I wanna know about, like, you know, if you're in university, why you're in the, you know, why you're studying what you're studying, you know, because I'm such a curious person. I like, you know, obviously that's why I'm in psychology. I like knowing everything. I like knowing about knowing. Like, I'm such a, like, if I could, you know, live in people's brains, I would. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. And I look forward to the next time we meet. I will see you guys next video. Adios. Bye bye. Zainab, out.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT.